Alright everybody, this is Austin, the Best I Can Afford Antiques channel, coming to you with a little bit of, somebody thought that I was wrong about two things recently, okay? Somebody commented on my YouTube channel that a large piece of cloisonné that I own was not cloisonné, which was just weird. I don't know what they thought it was. Maybe they thought it was ceramics or something. That's fine, it's not a big deal. And then, just on my Facebook page last night, now listen, I'm not mad at nobody. I'm not upset or anything. We just got to talk about it. Cloisonné is the thing that I am the best at. I know I tell everybody that I'm not an expert. I really don't know what I'm talking about. There's one thing, all right? There's one thing. When it comes to cloisonné, I'm almost never wrong. I mean, I might be wrong about like an attribution or something like that. I'm never wrong if I look at a piece in my hands and decide whether or not it is or isn't cloisonné. So I'm just going to tell you and give you visual evidence that you can trust me on cloisonné. I know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the one thing where I almost am an expert. Like, I really, really know my business on it. So, this is the Chinese vase that someone told me wasn't cloisonné. Now you can see the brass wires and obviously enamel and stuff. So, I mean, that one's pretty well handled. That's cloisonné. That's exactly what it is. There can be no debating. Look at the metal rim for the lid. I mean, it's all metal. It's all wired cloisonné. It's exactly what it should be. It's definitely cloisonné. Now, we had a conversation about this hairbrush right here, okay? Oh, God. What is wrong with this tripod thing? Here, I'm going to turn it like this, and maybe we can get away with a little more. Okay. Now look, someone told me that this was not cloisonné and that this was Micro Mosaic, which, if you're not familiar with cloisonné, I can see why you would attribute it to that. Micro Mosaic kind of has similar designs to these roundels or mons. So let's look at a piece of Micro Mosaic, which I just happen to also own. We'll bring this down a little bit. And I think we'll be able to see that pretty okay. Maybe not. Further away from the magnifying glass. Now look, I'm sure you see that. That is made from many small pieces of what's likely glass in this case, okay? You can see the little bits of it shining and stuff. You know what? Maybe this wasn't even a good idea. The camera's actually pretty good at stuff. So I can sort of see your confusion, but when you're looking at this up close, you can obviously see that there's many little small pieces of glass that are individually cut and framed in and all sorts of stuff. So we know what Micro Mosaic looks like, right? We'll just keep looking at this for a minute. And there's a lot of variations. I've got earrings of this. There's mirrors, all sorts of stuff. So, I mean, it is possible that, a hairbrush would be decorated with Micro Mosaic. That's not even wrong. It's just that these two things are not the same at all. So we've seen the Micro Mosaic. And we can look at the hairbrush right next to it. Now look at how smooth these designs are. That's because that's just enamel, and at the end of doing these Yusen Jippo segments, which is wired cloisonné, and then the Jinbari foil at the bottom, they would have just gone over this with a layer of enamel and then sanded it all down to be uniform smoothness. Whereas we can see with the Micro Mosaic, that's not how that works. If you were to sand that after you were done creating it, then you would probably just take off a million little pieces of glass, right? So then let's go one step further in proving that this is not only cloisonné, but Japanese Cloisonné. So let's look at, obviously we've got these roundels, which are a super common theme in late 19th century Japanese Cloisonné. Now, this border design is pretty stereotypical. And note specifically these very small circle cloisons, which, if you see small circle cloisons, almost guaranteed to be a Meiji era Japanese piece. So, this plate is Kyoto style Japanese Cloisonné. And we're going to note right away the small circle border and all of these mons and roundels, mons or roundels. And you can see there's pretty similar designs. See, like this fella here, kind of close to this one here. I mean, there's very obviously similarities. There's several just small flowers and stuff. So yeah, I'm hoping you watch this video. And again, this foil technique is Japanese Cloisonné technique. It's called Jinbari. It's just putting foil under enamel. And then the rest of these are just wired cloisonné. I mean, it's very standard. I'm not sure where the confusion lies. I don't know if maybe I took bad pictures or what, and I mean, if you didn't believe me that this was a Japanese piece, I have a signature and all. I know the artist. Back of the plate is very typical of Japanese Cloisonné. And again, we've got the tiny circle border. So yeah, I mean, I hope this inspires a little bit of confidence in you that, if I say something's Cloisonné, it's Cloisonné. That's just the way it is. That's the one thing I'm super good at and pretty confident in. And, I don't give you too many, I don't really know what I'm talking about on Cloisonné, Again, it's the one thing. If I tell you it's Cloisonné, it's Cloisonné. I swear. If I tell you, this piece of glass was manufactured by this company, I could be wrong, because I count on the internet for all that information, and they could be wrong, and, who knows what, who knows when. But Cloisonné. If you want information on Cloisonné, you can come to me pretty safely, and I will not mislead you. This is Austin, the Best I Can Afford Antiques channel. I love you guys.